Hello, everyone. Happy August. Hope everyone's summer has been going well and good, and you've been having a lot of fun, a lot of adventures, doing whatever you want to do. As always, before we get started, obligatory self promotion. What if I ruled the world? Poems inspired by music written by me, your boy. Always linked in the description, always linked in the link tree. I still need to work on my next book. We're going to see. I think it's been 2 years for this book, so could definitely finish something in that time. But you want to check it out, go ahead, check it out. And this is not really relevant to the video, but I'm wearing lipstick, if you can even see it from that far away. I feel like I'm not that far away, but it feels like it looks that far away. But anyway, I haven't worn lipstick in a while, and I feel really cute. So thanks for the compliments in advance. But anyway, we're here to talk about Olivia Rodrigo's discography review. So first off, I'm going to give some background information about her, and then going to get into her album review. She has 3 albums that she's released, which I feel like she's released them pretty quickly behind each other. Let me look at the years real quick. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, almost. So let's go on, into her background. She's born Olivia Elizabeth Rodrigo, February 20th, 2003. Yikes, I was already born. What would I have been? I graduated high school in 2010. So -7, -18, I would have been like 11, give or take. That's a little crazy. But anyway, she's an American singer, songwriter, and actress. She began her career as a child actress, appearing in commercials and the direct-to-video film An American Girl, Grace Stirs Up Success in 2015. I feel like I've liked American Girl dolls in like books, but I don't think I've ever seen like any movie. I recently read an American Girl book for Addie, like last year. I think it was like last year, the year before. But I don't know if I've ever actually owned one. But now I have adult money, so I can own whatever I want. So eventually, I do want to have a doll room. This is a slight tangent going on, but I can finally get American Girl. She rose to prominence with her leading roles in the Disney Channel series Bizarre Bark from 2016 to 2019. I was very much an adult, so I've never seen this show at all. And then the Disney Plus series High School Musical, the series from 2019 to 2022. I have actually seen clips of this. I feel like I've seen some reviews of it, but I've actually never, once again, watched the show. She shifted her career to focus on music and signed with Gaffin Records in 2020. I guess that was a good year because at least you get like a little time to work on your album and your your tour while everything's pretty much, not everything was shut down, but a lot of stuff was shut down. Her debut studio album Sour came out in 2021. I'll give you more specifics on that. Topped the Billboard US 200 and 9 other charts worldwide. It was preceded by the US Billboard Hot 100 number 1 singles, Driver's License, and Good For You. I think I reviewed. Okay, I did. Um, I thought I wrote Good For You wrong. I thought I put out like FOR instead of the actual like number 4, but I did not. She was subject of a documentary, Olivia Rodrigo, Driving Home to You, 2022. I feel like I saw that on Disney Plus, but I've never, once again, I just haven't watched anything she's in. Her next two studio albums, Guts, 2023, and You Seem Pretty for a Sad Girl, So in Love. Say that 5 times fast. 2026. Produced number 1 singles, Vampire and Drop Dead, respectively, making her the first artist to have each lead single from their first 3 albums debut atop the chart. That's cool. Her accolades include 3 Grammy Awards. Oh, I didn't know that. 4 MTV Music Awards, MTV Video Music Awards, yeah. 7 Billboard Music Awards. She was named Times Entertainer of the Year in 2021, Billboard's Woman of the Year in 2022, and ASCAP's Pop Music Songwriter of the Year in both 2022 and 2024. That's a little bit about her. Did you watch her shows? How old are y'all? I think my target. I think when I looked at my demographics, we're like kind of all the same age, like in our 30s, 40s. I'm gonna be 35 this year, so. But I did see I have some younger viewers, so if you guys watched her on her shows, let me know how they were. I I feel like I was more of a Cartoon Network girl and a Nickelodeon girl. I did watch That So Raven. I don't think what else I watched. I feel like I watched some Lizzie McGuire, but I was mostly cartoon girly. So her debut album Sour came out May 21st, 2021. The genre is alternate pop, bedroom pop, pop rock, and teen pop. And where can you stream it? Pretty much everywhere. YouTube Music, Apple Music, which is where I streamed it, Pandora, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Amazon Music. It's going to be the same for all three albums. And bedroom pop, when I looked it up, it was kind of like I feel like it was saying like homemade kind of beats. Like they mentioned like some others, like some like a lot of like people who started it, but I also think of like Pink Panthers a lot because like I feel like she produces her own music, so that kind of vibes. So I'm gonna go over my favorite songs, my least favorite songs, and my overall opinion. So my first favorite song is the first song of the album, Brutal. Very great album opener. Oh, let's go over the vibes. Almost went over skip that. It was the vibes were heartbreak, mellow, and angsty. Did I also say that for the other one? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, so let's go back to Brutal. Very great album opener. I love the grunge like beat and very relatable lyrics, especially for younger people now because they are seeing their current life and future is not going to be as great as they expect it to be. So from what I can remember, she's talking about life being basically brutal. Being a teenager now, and like I'm never going to be the adult who's like, oh, you guys don't have any problems. You, you have a lot of problems. I don't know. And a lot of kids do have a lot of problems. And it's also like this image that we were given as like children growing up is I will say in America, this is the only place I've ever grown up, that, oh, if you do good, you do this, everything will work out for you. You'll have the American dream. It doesn't always work like that. And kids, especially now, they can see everything, everything at the drop of a hat. Even if, this website censored, that website censored, they can find it somewhere else. So, you can always see the truth somewhere. So, these kids are seeing, yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be. And then, good for you. We are just talking about that. Uh, love the soft rock beat and can definitely hear the Paramore influence. Very relatable again because we all have had an ex, move on quickly like they never dated us. LOL. Definitely had that happen. I know there was a lot of controversy with this song because of the Paramore, not getting credit. But I can definitely see the influence, and I feel like it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I feel like a lot of people are influenced by other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Um, of course, if you're like blatantly just copying, that's messed up. But yeah, I mean, they did eventually get credit, but yeah, that was a good single choice. Was that no? That wasn't the first single. That was the second. And then jealousy, jealousy. Everyone can get jealous from what they see on social media, especially young people today, where social media is super curated and aesthetically pleasing. And it's kind of like a big part of your image now growing up. Like, I feel like for millennials, we had like the MySpace and like, what is your top 10? Like, what is your profile looking like? It wasn't necessarily, probably was how you looked as well. Because, we would edit the pictures, put those little graphics and stuff on it to like make it cooler. So I mean, it was a part of it, but I don't feel like it's about like it was about you. Like obviously, it's your profile, it's your creativity, but I don't feel like it's as like curated about your life as it is now. You know, and it's such a huge part of their lives too. So it's like really sad to see like how influenced the kids are now because everything's online. Even your parents are curating posts about you and showing off like how you're growing up and all these kind of things. So, yeah. And hope you're okay. I think this was like the last song. Love the bouncy and light guitar beat. Very sweet song and very hopeful. So she's wishing different people who had hard lives that she's met and she's throughout her life, she's wishing them well and hoping that they're okay. I feel like that was a really cute, inspirational song. So I did not have any least favorite songs. Like I didn't have any. So when I think of like least favorite songs, it would be like something I will never want to ever hear again. I didn't have any of those, basically, or that I just did not like really did not like. If it's kind of meh, I'm not gonna put it on the least favorite songs. But here's my overall opinion. I thought this album was gonna be more angsty and upbeat, but it was surprisingly more mellow than I was expecting. Some of the songs and singles I didn't hate, but they were just meh for me. So I thought there would be more standout songs on this album. It was just okay for me, but nothing spectacular. So I would give it a 6 out of 10. Now on to Guts, which I just want to say I'm trying to remember what the album cover looked like. Okay, Sour album cover was cute. Guts was cute. I think all her album covers are nice. So I'm just thinking about that. Came out September 8th, 2023, and it's pop, punk, pop rock, alt pop, indie pop, and then streaming it all on the same stuff. The vibes are relatable, punk, growing up. To my favorite songs. So I did not realize that this song was trending on TikTok at one point because I heard the audio before. When I was listening to it, I was like, I've heard this before, at least the last part of it. But it's All American Bitch, which was, yeah, this is the opener. Another great opening song. I really loved it. Love the mixture of folk and rock beats, showing the duality that women and girls face, having to be soft and nurturing, then still boss babes and independent. If we're too soft, it's a problem. Then if we're too mean, it's a problem too. And I love the screaming parts at the end. I know some people like on TikTok criticized it, like this isn't real rock screaming. But it's like, okay, she's like 19. You want her to be screaming at the top of her lungs? Like that's not really her jam. She's not doing full on screamo rock. But I liked it. I thought it was fine. I'm like, it is what it is. Vampire, I think was a yeah, it was the first single. A great first single choice, very relatable. So many women and girls can relate to falling in love with the wrong person. I definitely can. Then realizing later what a mistake it was. Love the slow piano into the faster. I think I once again I always have a typo. To the faster playing piano. Forgot a word. With the beating drums in the back. I like that. So that was a cool single. Really great. And then another single, Get Him Back. I always love this one too. I said once again another great single choice. Very relatable. Actually, these are a lot of these songs are very relatable. You want to get revenge and still be with that person. Very self-conflicted. I've been there. Love the beat on the song as well. Very punk rock slash soft rock vibes. Oh yeah, very cool. Love is embarrassing. Title says it all. Much relatable. Love can be embarrassing when you put yourself out there, and I love the beatnik type beat. It was kind of like the '60s, like '70s type beatnik. I feel like beatnik was also in the '40s, but I want to say it was like a '60s vibe. And I once again I did not have any least favorite songs, and actually on this album I actually liked pretty much all of it except for like one. Yeah, I didn't like. I just was like meh on one song. That was it for this one. I had a lot of fun listening to this album. I did. This is how I thought the first album would be. I can see why kids like her. LOL. I liked more songs on this album, and out of the three, this is my favorite of her albums. Spoiler alert. After I've already told you. Definitely could see how she grew up in between these albums and throughout this album. So I usually don't give half of points, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to give it a full 8, but I feel like it should be more than a 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7.8. We'll go with that. And I feel like she was so close to an 8. Okay, I just explained that. But I still feel like it could have made it, like she could have made it better. Some more fun, angsty songs would have made it like an 8. Because I feel like an 8 is like almost perfect. So that's pretty high. But I also really liked it. So I'm going to give it 7.8. And I still really enjoyed it, despite it being a little bit more than I wanted. But yeah, that was my favorite out of the three. You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl in Love. Her most recent album was released June 12th of this year. It's indie, pop rock, dream pop, new wave, and synth pop. Once again, the vibes are mellow, but then there's love and artsy slash aesthetic, or I guess I should say like artistic, kind of like aesthetically pleasing music, if that makes any sense. That's the vibes I got. Kind of like a Lana Del Rey, uh, early Lana Del Rey. I don't listen to her anymore, but like when she first came out, those kind of vibes. So here are my favorite songs. Honeybee, which I think was the first single. I heard looked this up so many times, but I'm pretty sure it was the first. Was The Cure the first single? I think The Cure was the first single, which I did like that song. This might have been the second then. So Honeybee, very beautiful sounding, very beautiful sounding with the strings, swelling vocals in the choir. Sounds very soothing and angelic. I really love that. Maggots for Brains. Love that this song is so much more upbeat because like the first three songs were the beat was kind of sounding the same. Like it was kind of all the strings and the kind of smooth sounding. The first few songs were blending together for me. Oh, I just said that. And I love the 60s ish surfer beat vibes. And also the chorus is fun. Like she's saying, without her lover, she has maggots for brains, like she can't think. Purple. Purple is a very cute love song. It's basically about like the beat's very upbeat and fun. And she's using like color mixing to show like, oh, you're what is it when you make purple? Red and green, red and blue. Don't come for me. To describe them being in love and that they make purple, and I feel like that was so cute. And then it had nice hi hats and drum beats in the song, so I really like that song. And then my last favorite song was "What's Wrong with Me" featuring Robert Smith. Very good duet. He's from the Cure, because I did look this up. I should remember, but yeah, he's from the Cure. Uh, they both sound very good together. Olivia doesn't usually do features, but it makes sense. He fits the vibe of her, at least her music on this album. I like the mellow beat into a louder but still mellow drum beat. Very relatable subject matter, like you getting sick over someone, literally, like you're what's wrong with me. And I did not have any least favorite songs because once again they were kind of meh. So here's my overall opinion. So this is gonna sound contradictory, but this album had a lot of beautiful, very beautiful songs. I won't deny that, but they also started sounding the same, beat wise, singing wise, and subject matter wise. Like I get a theme, but at some point, they're all sounding the same. You know, they started to blend together, especially after the first three when they had Drop Dead, Honeybee, and Stupid Song, back to back to back. I mean, I did highlight Honeybee, but yeah, putting those three in the beginning, they need to be broken up because they all kind of just blend together. I think if it had at least had some variety beat wise, that would have made it better. But this album is even more mellow than her debut, which I know she was trying to make sad love songs, but I'm like, yeah, I feel like you can make it more unique, even with that subject matter. I get it was supposed to be more artistic slash aesthetically pleasing type sound, but it was putting me to sleep. LOL, it really was. I was like, this is an album. I think you need to be in a very chill and or sad mood to listen to this album. Like you need to be just chilling. It will really soothe you. If you're trying to turn up or get angry, you can't listen to this. It also didn't move me too much emotionally. So even though it did sound great, like some of these songs really did sound great, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 because it sounded good, but not unique enough to me. So yeah, and those are my thoughts on Sour Guts and I never remember what this one's called. You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl in Love, which I do want to look at more of the music videos for this era and like the other eras because I've only seen like one of her music videos and that was for The Cure, and that was it. I've heard all the other songs like before occasionally, but I've never like looked at the music videos. So that'd be interesting to see. And so I wrote a new poetry form that I've never written before. Uh oh no, I don't need anything. mom asking and stuff. But I wrote a new poetry form, and it's called I looked this up so many times. Katauta, Katuya. I'm gonna put it in the description. Because I looked up how to pronounce it so many times. But it's a unrhymed Japanese poem of 17 or 19 syllables, and it has 3 lines. So you could do it typically like a 575, like a haiku, or a 577. And this one is usually used to describe to be addressed to a lover. That's because a haiku is usually supposed to be about nature. But I really don't ever write about nature. But a single katuya, I think that's what it says, katuya, is considered incomplete or a half poem. So it should be 2 sets, but I felt lazy. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And it's already technically a poetry form. Why would it be incomplete? It's complete because I make it complete. So I did the 575. I mean the 577. So my poem is inspired by All American Bitch because that's my favorite song out of all 3 albums. And it's called I'm Sexy and I'm Mean Sometimes. You need me to be angelic, but that's not me. Please love me for who I am. So yeah, sometimes I'm sexy, but I'm also mean sometimes. Sometimes I'm an all American bitch. Do you guys like Olivia Rodrigo? What's your favorite Olivia Rodrigo album? What's your favorite Olivia Rodrigo song? Do you hate her? Do you like never want to see her ever again? Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, comment, share, all the things that you can do. And I will see you all next week.